Overnight, the United States military and Donald Trump went into Venezuela to capture Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro and his wife. Now, while that is tactically impressive, I want you guys to pay attention to what Donald Trump just said this morning on Air Force One.
The question is, who's in charge of Venezuela right now? Have you spoken to the newly sworn-in president there, Rodriguez? And what are your thoughts on the entire situation? You said the U.S. would run Venezuela.
We're dealing with the people. We're dealing with the people that just got sworn in. And don't ask me who's in charge, because I'll give you an answer and it'll be very controversial.
What does that mean?
It means we're in charge.
Have you spoken with her?
We're in charge.
Have you spoken with her?
No, I haven't, but other people have.
Do you want to?
Yeah, at the right time. We have to do one thing in Venezuela, bring it back. It's a dead country right now. It's a country that, frankly, we would have been, if I had lost the election, we would have been a dead country. We would have been Venezuela on steroids. Venezuela right now is a dead country. We have to bring it back, and we're going to have big investments by the oil companies to bring back the infrastructure. And the oil companies are ready to go. They're going to go in, they're going to rebuild the infrastructure. You know, the country is a mess. It's been horribly run. The oil is just flowing at a very low level, much lower than, even if it was badly run, it should have more income, more oil than what they're doing. So we're going to have the big oil companies go in, and they're going to fix the infrastructure, and they're going to invest money. We're not going to invest anything. We're going to just take care of the country. We're going to cherish the country.
So you see it right there. Donald Trump is laying it out in plain language that the United States plans to run Venezuela until they can find a president or someone to succeed Nicolás Maduro who will essentially do what they want them to do. Now, it's important to know that the United States is not in this for the Venezuelan people. They don't seem to be echoing any sentiments around they want to help the Venezuelan people. They want to bring systems and programs and homes to Venezuela. The only thing that we are really hearing about is oil, drugs, potentially, and infrastructure. And even when they mention infrastructure, it's in the same breath of oil. Oh, we need the oil money to build the infrastructure or what have you. So they're really laying it out in plain language here. And that is kind of concerning. It's saying that this was a law enforcement operation. They're using careful language here to not say that this was a military operation, but clearly the military worked hand in hand with whatever law enforcement agencies they had to do to pull this off. Now, this is where things are starting to get a little bit complicated, because usually things like this will require congressional approval. And obviously doing this in the dead of the night without anyone knowing, they did not get congressional approval. And that has raised some questions around the world, and other world leaders are reacting to that, specifically France and the United Nations are condemning this and saying that this may be a violation of international law. And this is where the lines sort of get blurred with law enforcement, with CIA, with military working together. It kind of can get a little confusing. So whether or not this is legal, those are legitimate questions. Now, we have seen this play out before. We saw this in Iraq in 2003, where we went into Iraq with false pretenses, or maybe pretenses that weren't exactly proven at the time. And history will show you that doing regime change is very difficult. When you go in and extract a sitting president, that is relatively the easy part. Tactically difficult, but easy in the grand scheme of things as far as what happens next. Implementing a government into another country is very difficult. Finding a leader who has the respect and the bandwidth to do so is very difficult. Usually, these instances turn into trillions of dollars spent, very hard aftermath, innocent people dying, and very, very long-term instability. So he also said another interesting thing on Air Force One this morning regarding Cuba, and I want to play this clip for you.
Cuba looks like it's ready to fall. I don't know if they can hold out. But Cuba now has no income. They got all of their income from Venezuela, from the Venezuelan oil. They're not getting any of it. And Cuba literally is ready to fall. And you have a lot of great Cuban Americans that are going to be very happy about this.
Are you considering U.S. action in Cuba?
We're not. I think it's just going to fall. I don't think we need any action. It looks like it's going down. It's going down for the count. You ever watch a fight?
Yeah.
They go down for the count.
So you heard it right there. Essentially, their plan for Cuba is they don't have to go and remove the president. They don't have to go and invade them or what have you, because all of Cuba's resources were coming from Venezuela. So essentially, they're saying if we cut this off, Cuba is not going to have a choice but to bend the knee, essentially, to the United States, who's in control of Venezuela. So I want to just pause for a second and zoom out and talk about how much of a unprecedented move this was, and how this can really, really lead to regional instability as far as everything is concerned. This doesn't really set a good precedent moving forward for other nations. You might look at Japan, Taiwan, China, Russia, Ukraine. They may look at this and say, hey, why don't we just do what they just did? Because the United States didn't follow international law, it doesn't look like. So other nations may just follow suit. And this is pretty dangerous. So if we take a look back, you might have Colombia next. You might have Cuba next. What is that going to be for the global response? How are our United Nations allies going to react to this? What is the long-term vision here? And I know that the United States probably does have a vision or an idea of how they want things to play out, but reality sometimes has a far different idea of how that's going to happen. So according to all these reports, again, a lot of this is speculation, but the facts are Nicolás Maduro has been captured. He is in the United States. He is waiting to be tried, and we will see what happens next. And let me know your comments below. What do you guys think? Is the United States turning into the aggressor? Are we the bad guys? I don't know, but we're going to find out.